Good morning. This is where we left off last time. We're going to continue. Good morning again. If you remember, we were working on Joseph goes to take a message to his brothers from his father, and he's wearing the coat of many colors. And his brothers are very jealous because Joseph is a favorite of his father's. There are, in all, including Joseph, there are 12. Later, these will become the fathers, I guess you could say, of the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay. Right now, I am trying to put like headgear and stuff on these. And yeah, I have some problems. For some reason, I'm never satisfied with these head scarves that they wear. But I finally just decided well is good enough. It's hard for me to zoom in on this without losing the visual of the whole project. So at the end, we should be able to do that and see the whole project. Now, the expressions on their faces, when I get to where I'm able to do that, the expressions are angry. We only see the back of Joseph because he's looking at his brothers. Now, down in that corner, you will see that well. It's a well built out of rock, which is how they did them. But anyway, that pit, it was kind of a pit instead of a well because it didn't have any water in it. So at first they conspired to kill him. Well, one of his brothers was not quite into that, and he didn't want to go that far. And he says, no, let's just throw him in that pit. Well, they did, but then a person came along with his entourage or whatever, and he offered 20 pieces of silver to buy Joseph as a slave. So they took their 20 pieces of silver. They took the coat and they sold him as a slave. Now, I have missed that. Okay, you'll notice in one brother's hand there is a shepherd's crook. And in another brother's arm there is a scythe. Because they were shepherds, but they also grew grain. So he needs the scythe they didn't have combines back there. So he needs, I had so much problem with that vase, but we eventually got it. I kept getting either the blue or the black in the face. So they sold him for these 20 pieces of silver. Then they slaughtered an animal. I believe it was a goat. I can't swear to it. And they spread the blood on Joseph's coat. And then they went back to their father, Jacob, now known as Israel, and showed him this bloody coat of many colors and said that Joseph had been killed and mauled by an animal, by a wild animal. So Jacob is just beside himself with sorrow. and he tears his own clothing and just goes into a depression. Thank goodness, though, Joseph has survived. He has been sold into slavery, and this person who has bought him will end up selling him again into slavery in Egypt. And this is where Joseph starts to flourish. Now, he's only 17 at the time that they throw him in this pit and sell him, and then sell him. So that's something we got to remember. He's young. He hasn't experienced a lot. But when he gets to Egypt, he is first a slave, but then the Pharaoh gets the word that he has dreams that are prophecies, and he can interpret dreams. Well, there it is. Such as it is. But it's a part of the story. And yes, I tried to put mean faces on them. The third one, I still want to redo. But I think in the long run, at least it comes out as some nice little not stick figures, cartoonish figures, and it gets the message across. That's my main goal, get the message across. Thank you.